So welcome to episode 4 of Project George. I've been away on holiday for a week or so, but I've come back and cracked on with the work, and the strip down's pretty much done now. So today's job was to get the rear suspension out and the rear brakes and the fuel tank. I was kind of dreading looking at the fuel tank, and it's not great. If you just look down here, that was the remaining fuel. It's about half a litre of, well, basically rust and gunge and gunk. It's really stinks as well, which is probably no surprise to anybody who's removed the fuel from an old car. Everything came off fine. Again, not a single bolt snapped. If you can just look at these lower control arm bolts, 45 years old, you know, some surface corrosion on there. They'll clean up fine. Everything came out okay. Weirdly, the rear struts look pretty bad, but they actually work fine, whereas the fronts look fine and the valves were gone. So I guess it's pot luck really what you get. The exterior of the tank, really good. I'm sure even by shining a light in here, I'm not sure you'll see a great deal, but it's rusty. I'm going to look at getting the POR15 tank refresh renew kit. I've seen some great videos on YouTube of people that have used it. It seems to do a good job. I'm guessing I'm not going to find another Civic new old stock tank, so I think throwing 50-60 pounds at a kit that may or may not work, it's worth a go. So the right side again, everything came off fine. Still not cut off the end of that exhaust pipe. So yeah, everything's looking good. Underneath the car's really solid. Inside of the car is now fully stripped, and as you can see, looks rather splendid. I still can't believe this car's over 45 years old. It's absolutely stunning. Which, you know, when I look at the little things like the fuel tank and the issues I've had with the engine being toast, basically, you've got to take all the good stuff for what it is, and this is about as good as it gets. It really is quite staggering. Just close the hatch down. You'll see that all the emblems are off now. I've got the bumpers to remove and the lock. The rear screen, I will take the trim out before paint and probably leave the glass in. The rear quarter glass will come out. The windscreen will come out. I'm probably going to put a new windscreen rubber, if I can find one, in there. There we go. Absolutely no corrosion in the floor whatsoever. There's some surface corrosion underneath. It will all be stripped, and we'll assess that, whether it needs addressing, but it all looks good to me. Still not got any welding done. I will do that all in one go. Did get the brake servo, or the booster, out a couple of days yesterday. I've only been back a day, so I took that out yesterday. And that's basically, it's fine. It's holding vacuum, so that's just going to be sanded down and cleaned up. The headlights are out. They are the original sealed beam units, so I'm going to look at getting some H4. I've not seen well, I've not seen these since the 1970s. So yeah, essentially you can't take the bulbs out. They are literally a sealed unit. So that's going nowhere. Started to clean up the distributor. I've got a new condenser and bits and bobs, some points for that. What else have we got here? Oh, one thing that did stagger me, you'll probably see here, that is one seriously rusty. That focus. It's one seriously rusty fuel sender unit. However, I've just got the test meter here. If you actually check it, it is actually working, which is just incredible, really. I might see whether I can find another one, because the casing is incredibly rusty, but that will clean up. You know, that will clean up, and there's a good chance that will carry on working absolutely fine. We'll see. I'm just staggered it still works. So that's where we are at the moment. Strip down continues. Not really sure what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to start cutting out some of this metalwork. I might take the windscreen out, but I might leave that until I'm ready to do the paint. We'll see. But I've got a new cylinder head on the way. unfortunately the cylinder head couldn't be reused. I mentioned in the previous video that one of the plugs was snapped off. Well, it looks like somebody tried to remove it with an impact gun, and that's actually caused some damage to the head, along with all the water galleries being very, very, very corroded and damaged. So decision's been taken to get another cylinder head, and the engine will be rebuilt in due course. So there's a planned spring in together, so that's where we are at the moment. So I think that's the end of episode 4. And hopefully the next time you see these wings, they'll be a little bit tidier, because I think that's going to be next on the list. So see you in the next video.